Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, welcome to Erie again. What are your plans for your first 90 days in office?
To call Tom Ridge to Washington from whatever vacation he is taking and get him down there and get him to work. Very briefly, I think we all know the President's first obligation is to ensure that our nation is safe. And that means getting your national security team together, look at the challenges that we are facing, and if you ever need any more affirmation that we live in a very dangerous world, my friends, look at the events that are just transpiring in Georgia as we speak. To make sure that this nation is safe. That's the first priority of any president, the first responsibility, and I know we all know that, but you have to state the obvious. Any other thing, I could give you a laundry list of the things we have to address, but I think that's all got to be associated with one fundamental mission, and restore trust and confidence in government, therefore inspire confidence in America again. 84% of the American people think that the country's on the wrong track. Congress has a 9% approval rating. Now, you get down to 9%, you're down to paid staffers and blood relatives. You can't get much lower than that. And that means a promise to reform government, to restore prosperity. In other words, reform the way we do business. Why can't we, Republicans and Democrats, knowing that Social Security is going to go broke, sit down together, Republican and Democrat, and fix it? Or are we going to pass it on to the next generation, which will then be a much, much bigger problem than it is today? The same thing with Medicare. The same thing with a number of issues that out-of-control spending has laid on future generations of Americans. So we got to reform, reform, and reform, and reform. When Tom and I first came to the Congress, Social Security was just about to go broke. There was a commission headed by Alan Greenspan, and it came up with a proposal to fix Social Security. Tip O'Neill, the liberal Democrat from Massachusetts, Ronald Reagan, the conservative president from California, sat down together, and they came up with a fix for Social Security. Now, it wasn't forever. Nothing is forever in America. But we have to have Republican and Democrats standing together and saying we're going to fix the problems that affect America. But obviously our first priority has got to be to restore our economy. As I mentioned earlier, jobs and jobs and jobs and jobs. And that, to me, is our greatest priority. Can I just